afternoon, it's Lynda Cromar coming to you from Colorado, and I have some cool stuff to share with you today, and I think you're going to absolutely love it. I've got some advanced stuff that I do that's kind of fun, that kind of sets me apart from some of the other people that are maybe using Periscope for their own business. Hey, welcome everybody that's joining. Thanks, and thanks in advance for all of the hearts. I love the hearts, but absolutely everybody, this is going to be advanced, so be prepared, and I actually suggest you grab yourself a pen and pad and write down some of the steps, because this is something a little more advanced. As a matter of fact, even this piece right now that you're looking at, I did that in Word Swag. It is a little software that you can get from what are you going to do? Oh, I'm gonna demo something for you that I do that you'll think is pretty cool, I'm sure. So I'm just a moment, because I'm going to spend the majority of the time actually demoing something that I think you're going to absolutely love. So I'm going to get right into it for all these wonderful people that showed up. And so we're going to just get back to here where you can see my screen. And just want to share with you, as you can see, I've got a video here that I had done on Periscope. And as you can probably see by looking at it, this part right around the outside edge is actually static. Because as you know, when you go to post a Periscope, and I do recommend you go ahead and share this, or even put it over on Twitter so you can watch it again easily, because this is going to be something you're going to want to watch more than once. But anyway, as you can see, this part right here is all static. It doesn't move. It's a graphic. And this part right here is my video from a previous video. So if I actually went and played this, you could see that it's actually a video that is playing inside of this graphic. So I'm going to actually demonstrate how I did that. And then we're going to go, and then I'm going to share with you how I do it. But there's many ways you can go about doing this. You do probably want a video editing software of some kind. I have my own particular favorite. There are others out there you can certainly use. So do share this, because I'm going to get right into it. So I want to, let's see, we're going to go over to YouTube real quick. As you can see, here are some of the Periscopes I've already done. And as you can see, they are actually with that static outside edge. Now what's cool about doing it that way is that if you look at this one, where is it? Okay, if you look at this one right here, you see you can put whatever you want on the side here. You can put something about an upcoming event, or you even talk a little bit in a nice way about your, hey, absolutely welcome everybody new that just came in. Definitely share this so that you can go back to it and watch it, because I'm going to give you some really serious teaching here. So if you look at this right here on this part right here, this is static, and this is my own information, but you can put anything you want there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over to PicMonkey. That's PICMONKEY. Monkey.com. And what this is it's a picture editing software that is free. You can go to the free version of it. And what I want you to do when you get there is to actually click on this part right here that says collage. That is where I created that actual piece that I showed you. And the first thing it's going to ask you to do is to pick a picture. And I already had in advance an iPhone. Now this is actually a PNG file. So the reason why I picked a PNG file, and you can find it out on Google, if you just Google your, for iPhones. I know that Android, you might be on an Android, but just do it. Just do it the way I say. Use an iPhone. Reason why is because there's lots of them out there, and you can get a plain phone. You don't care about the advertising that's all around the edges, but you don't save files. Yeah, you want to. in this case. So I have that iPhone, I saved it, and as you can see, when you look over here, you can't see, even though there's an edge around it, you can't see it, and that's what you actually want. You want a PNG file, because a JPEG will leave this whole area around the picture white, and you don't want white. You want a clear background that will disappear when you put it on another surface. So I'm going to go back and get my actual profile picture as well, which I had saved in advance. You're going to want a picture of yourself, a good one. So I've got that ready to go, and I'm going to bring that in as well. Now, one thing you also need to know is that in YouTube, and a little bit different in Facebook, but for the most part, if we go over here to the YouTube, you notice it's not square, is it? It's not square. It is rectangle, with it being wider, just like our screens. So you're going to want to do the same thing to this piece. Now, this piece defaults at 2000 by 2000. This is pixels, not inches. So what you want to do first thing is unlock the portions so that it will let you change this. And this first part on the front part will be 1280, and the back part on this side, come on, and you're not changing, is 780. There we go. Now we have a rectangular shaped piece that's going to help us do this piece. All right, so the very first thing is this phone. Remember, we need the phone, and it needs to be in the center. So actually, if you drag it, don't put it in there, but put it over right in the center. See how it kind of created another space? So now I've got a space that I can put my phone in, and this is the area that you're going to actually put your video into, your Periscope that's been saved to your phone or to your hard drive, and you're going to put it here. Now, the first thing I want to do actually is I want that to be slightly larger, so I'm going to edit this photo, and I'm going to make it just a tiny bit bigger. So I have this size here, and I'm going to enlarge it so that it just leaves a tiny bit of edge on the top and bottom. That's about as much as it's going to let me do. So as you can see, it just barely has an edge on the top and the bottom, and so when I click out of it, you're not going to see that other part, and all you see right now is a phone, and you don't see the outside edge. I can't imagine why you can't use it. It's a website. You just have to go to the website. And like I said, it's www.picmonkey.com. And then the next thing you want to do actually is, if you look back at, which place did I save it? The graphic. If you look back at the graphic, I have my picture on this side right here. So we're going to do the same thing again. So I'm going to drag my picture over here. Hello. Okay, let's do that again. Takes a while to go because I have so many windows open that the memory is slow. Yeah, so now you can see where it's starting to become the same thing that I had before. Now, as you can see, we've only got actually two pictures, and we've got this space and this space over here. I'm going to leave those. They're not going to become pictures. But the other thing I want to do before I leave this part of the editing is I want to put a color background behind it. Now, I use red. You could use any color you want. Choose a color that actually fits you. Red is kind of part of my brand. I've been using it forever and ever. But I use a darker red. Whoops, not orange. I use a darker red. So if you go down here like this, it kind of matches my hair. I guess that's why I like it. It's kind of a dark brick red, and it pops when you put the words a bright color over the top. So now I've got this space here is open and this space down here is open. So now the next step inside of this is to go to where it says edit. And it's going to ask you if you want to actually do that, because you can't move the pictures or change them after you get to this place. So now you have the opportunity to use those two spaces there to put text into. So I'm waiting for it to get set up here. There we go. So you can choose any text. Now, the thing that makes this free is that they do have some things in here that they recommend that you go ahead and buy, but you don't have to. It's got lots and lots and lots of great text in here, you know, fonts that you can use. You'll play around and you'll find some that you really like, and then you'll sort of found, and I kind of like this one. I've been using it a lot. And so all you do is you choose one of these fonts, and then you click the button up here that says add text. And as soon as you see the text box, you can move it and start typing into it. And because they have ads in here, it slows it up. It's not necessary. You know, obviously, if you feel like you want to pay for the one that has some cost, there's no problem with doing that. And I turn my camera so you can see that. So I'm in the side piece right here where I can actually start typing in there. And the first piece, you're going to go ahead and put your name. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is hit an enter so that you have a new space. And I'm going to say, follow me. And then I'm going to put a colon because I want to put the different places where they can follow me. And I'm only going to do the handles, the back end part, which is your personal stuff. I don't know, I haven't done this on a phone, so I can't absolutely say, but they probably have an app in either Google Play or in the iPhone's store, so just play with it. See, there might be another software that does it just as well. You can certainly do that too. So so Facebook, whoops, Facebook, and then a colon, and then I'm going to put in my handle only, and it might be too large, so what's going to probably happen is I'm going to make it smaller, but I'm going to finish the typing first. Instagram, and then I want Periscope and Twitter, and it is way too large, but I'm going to finish this part first. Oops, I don't need a cap. Lynda, Cromar. Okay, so now you've got what you want in that space. So in order to edit this part, and we want to make this type a little bit smaller, I'm going to highlight the whole amount there so that I can actually pull the size of the text down a little bit. That's probably about right. And I'm also going to get it color. I'm going to give it a color. I like to use something that's a little bit orange, but not quite orange. And then we can pull it down. Whoops, it doesn't want to work very well. Pull it down right into the space here. And you don't want it to be too crowded. You want a little bit of white, I guess you call it white space, even if it's actually got a background behind it. But then you're going to click off of it. That way you can see how it looks and whether it's measured well or not. And if you want to move it a little bit more. You don't want to get it too far over to the edge because it could actually get cut off when you upload something. Now you have another bit of space on this other side, and you want to do exactly the same thing actually. So I'm going to actually add a text box again, and this time I want it to come over here. And the reason why it's bouncing around is because I have a lot of memory going on with all the tabs open, but I want them open because they're helping me talk to you and show you things. So now on this side, this could be any advertisement that you would want to share. This could be your company information if you wanted to. It could be an upcoming training you want to share. Just about anything. Just keep in mind, if it's something that's temporary, then you have to keep changing this. So I'm using something that I'm going to be ongoing as far as sharing. As a matter of fact, I have a brand new training and group for Periscope in Facebook, and so I've been promoting that. So I'm going to just tell a little story here. I whizzed past 150,000 followers. Again, it might be too large, but I'm going to type until I have what I want in here. And Periscope. I just started a group training which for a limited time will be free, and you can be part of it at group.parasocial, spell it right, socialability.com. So I'm going to, of course, want to move this box down so that it fills this space up here, and it could probably be a tiny bit larger, or parts of it could be large. So first thing it needs is, whoops, okay, that's not far off from what we want. So I want to highlight that whole thing and make it that same color about there. Well, that's not the right color. Okay, let's go back to more yellow. Yeah, let's make it a lighter color. Okay, and then I want just, I think you can do parts of this smaller. See, I just made that one line smaller, and I want to make these slightly larger. You don't want a website to take up 2 lines. It's still too big. So another thing you can do if you have just a tweak here, so I probably only want a couple of pixels smaller here. So I'm going to do it with actually typing it down. Let's see what that looks like. And I'm thinking the website needs to have more space. So I'm going to put a space in there. And I think I'm going to make this a new line. There, that looks better. And in the case where we've got stuff that's hanging out way too long, what you can do is you can kind of manipulate where you want it to be. Okay, that looks pretty good, but it's still a little bit large, so I'm going to highlight all of this text except for the website. And I'm going to make that go down to 50, I think. That's probably perfect. And then this is way too close to the edge. Now you don't want it to overlap the phone, so that's kind of where you have to watch out there. So I have, let me see if I like how it looks now. So there's a little bit of edge on all four sides at least. Okay, so now we have a completed project. Obviously, you are not going to do anything with the phone now. That's going to be where the video goes, so you leave that alone the way it is. So the last step is to go ahead and save this. And I suggest you don't let it name it PicMonkey Collage, which is its default here. You want to give it a real name, so what I would do is YouTube and Facebook template, because that's what this is. This is going to be the background. Now this, so we're going to save this down to your computer so you have it. So we're going to let it go into the same folder where that was. So now that's saved and I can close this window. And that's going to help my memory too, to get rid of that. And that is the picture I actually used. And the next step is to go into my software. And as you can see, I actually have created one of them. Let me show you how I went about doing this. Because here is that template I showed you in the original, and here is an actual video that is in here. And if I played this right now, you would see,
because I was checking it out, I was trying to figure
does
out how it all worked.
Have the video inside of it. Gee, it's too bad there aren't more people watching this, because this is good stuff. You guys, if you pick up on how you could put this into your own marketing, you would be amazed, because people really like it when they can see something like this. So absolutely, the next step is to find your video and to put it in. So the top row here is where I put that template. And you want a software that lets you actually do layers, if you know what I mean. This is the bottom layer, and this is actually on top of that layer. And then I reduced it to the size where it would fit inside of my phone. So you don't see that black background of the phone anymore, you just see this video. And the way I did that, obviously, is if I click this lower part, you will see that there is actually bars here where I can actually adjust this if I wanted to. And then once you have put the video in this place, then you just produce it back so that it becomes an actual playable video out on the internet. And that is how that became something that I could post inside of YouTube, like right here. That's what all these are right here, is video that I have actually created in that software, with first starting with the PicMonkey picture and then using it inside of that software. Now you can do that in any software you happen to have. Usually you have to pay for it. I don't get paid for that. That one is actually called, if I come back in here, it's called Power Director. It's made by Cyberlink. I've been using this since 2004 because I just haven't found anything better. I can pull apart pieces of my video. I can do anything I want with it. Eventually, with my product that I am creating, yes, absolutely, that's its name. And so if you look up Power Director in Google, it will bring it up. Don't look up Cyberlink. Sometimes that doesn't come up, but PowerLink will come up. Power Director will come up, and that is the name of this. This has been around since about 2001. Very stable. It has a new version that's available in Windows 10. I just upgraded it, so I know that it does work in Windows 10. It gives you lots of opportunities, and it's really pretty simple to work with. You just have, you have just these different places that you drag this on here. So if I were to do a brand new one, first thing I would do is I would see where it shows that you can import I would find one of my videos I have not yet done this with, and I would bring it in. And that's one I just did, so it's obviously not going to show there. So if I brought in, let's say this one, even though I've actually done this, oh, go away. It's trying to make me do something I don't want to do. But basically, you would just drag it down to this line, which is where this one is right here. And then, once you do that, you would have this result. I hope this is pretty clear. I understand people are also doing this with Camtasia. I have not attempted doing that because I'm really comfortable with this software. So, and then of course, you can, let's see, where is it? So if you would like to be part of my training that try it in Camtasia. Camtasia. Try it in Camtasia. See if you can do that. It's just a matter of creating layers. Your back layer is that static graphic, and absolutely no problem. And the top layer is that video. You can't see my screen? Well, I've got it right there. Oh, and how I inserted it. I didn't actually insert it. But what I did is I showed you how I imported it, and then you would bring it to this screen right here, which is what I did. I pulled it down to this screen, to this layer right here. You don't want it on the top layer. That puts it in front. It puts it in front. And so if I actually had this one down here, then you wouldn't see anything but this graphic. So the graphic has to be on the top layer, and then the video is on the second layer, so that it's actually on top, and then you just reduce it to the size that fits the phone, because it's already vertical, right? And so this is just a way to make it look like it's on purpose that it's vertical, because it's on your cell phone, right? Because that's where you're recording it. So you can do that in Camtasia. I've heard people say they have. You can do it in other software, but that's the one that I'm familiar with. And so, yeah, the top layer the very first line would be your graphic, and the second line, the ping you want to ping because the ping has the ability to leave that outside area around it transparent. And so when I can't get that back because I just closed it, but when you have a transparent layer, you can pull it on top of something and you don't see the background. And that's what you're looking for, is something where you don't have that background, because then it will allow you, it has a transparent layer. That's what that one was. I found it on Google, though. I didn't make it. I didn't build it. I just went and found it, and then I used it. So it's really a plain phone. You can tell it's an iPhone, but it's not a big deal, because all you're doing is showing that you're going to share your videos, and it puts it in horizontal format, so it looks good in YouTube, so it looks good on I think I have it on Facebook too, and it looks good on Facebook. So this is the missing link, because when you put an up and down vertical video inside of Facebook, it looks odd because it's not set up to take it that way, and it doesn't look as good. So this makes it look good, and not only that, I'm giving you a little passive advertising about my group, right? And you guys are invited to be in this group for free. Everybody that wants to learn more from me directly right now, if you join now, it is free, and you can get to it by going to group.parasociability.com. That's spelled PERSOCIALBILITY. So come on over to Facebook. Come on over and get in this group. I'm going to be sharing this particular video that I just am doing right now. I'm not sharing it right now inside of Facebook. I'm putting it directly into the group. And so here's the group. I've just started it 2 days ago. So it's just starting to build up. It's just, yes, group.parasociability.com. Perfect. Thank you. And also, if you didn't for any reason catch that name, or you couldn't quite figure it out, perfectly feel fine to, let's see, get to the right screen. Feel fine to connect with me in Facebook. Say you want to be part of it. And you can get to that by just going right over here. Oh, I get to this one. And you can connect with me. We don't want to add. Okay, you can connect with me in Lynda Cromar, Lynda.Cromar1. That is my profile on Facebook. And if you get over there and you become friends, you want to be in the group, but you couldn't find it or you couldn't get it typed right, please do come on over to Facebook, connect with me. I will be glad, and just send me a message so I know that it was one of you guys from here. And you say, hey, I just saw your training on Periscope. I want to be part of the group. And then say, friend me and add me to the group. And I'll be glad to do that. Okay? So I hope this has been helpful. I think you're going to have a lot of fun. Play with this with whatever software that you can get your hands on. Actually, the Cyberlink is very inexpensive. I think it's around $100 for new. And usually they have it in packages. So it's a nice tool that you can use for all kinds of other purposes, not just for this. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. This is a training that's going to actually be one of the modules inside of Parasociability for the training. So everybody have a most awesome day, and thanks for coming, and share this with your friends and all of the people in your Twitter and in this Periscope, because I'll tell you, this is something people are looking to know more about. And thanks so much for coming. I appreciate the hearts, and I so much appreciate all of the input. And guess what? We got through a whole Periscope without a troll. See you later.